Cloth face coverings prevent the person wearing the mask from spreading respiratory droplets when talking, sneezing, or coughing. If everyone wears a mask covering when out in public, such as going to the grocery store, the risk of exposure can be reduced to the community. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Style Your Curves has stepped up to the plate and now offers affordable cloth face masks starting at only $7. Stay safe, wear your mask, and let Style Your Curves help you. We have affordable cloth masks in an assortment of colors and patterns, perfect to fit your style and match your personality. Go to www.styleyourcurves.com and order a few cloth masks for you and a loved one. I was so excited the other day when I got my Donna Rain all natural skin products the other day in the mail. I have been on a hunt for some amazing organic products, and I think I found that in Donna Rain. So, I got the Lavender Kisses Beauty Bar on sale now for $6.50, and it's 100% pure natural, organic, no GMO. And when I tell you my skin felt so soft and smooth and moisturized after my shower, I literally felt the oils hydrating my dry skin. After my shower, I applied the moisturizing cream on sale now for $15.50. It is a loose oil that you don't have to use much of. That's first. I only had to apply a small amount to give me a nice smooth shine and glow. The moisturizing cream helps with dry skin. That I know for a fact. Normally, I apply lotion to my skin practically all day. I hate it. But I can apply a small amount to my hand and they stay moisturized. I love that it's made with 100% shea butter, cocoa butter, coconut oil, and vanilla, and then it's infused with lavender and citrus essential oils. It has a lovely soft smell that's very relaxing. Now, what I got that's not on sale, but it's coming very soon to the Donna is the Donna Rain scrub, and I loved it. It's a vegan recipe that is unlike any scrub that I've ever used before because it has oats instead of those hard abrasive rocks that I found in other products. These oats gave it just the right texture to give me a good scrub without feeling like my skin was tearing and ripping apart. It left my skin feeling soft and smooth and very moisturized. It also filled my shower with a soft, tantalizing scent that helped me to relax after a long, stressful day. Go to donnarain.myshopify.com and check out all of her available products. That's Donna Rain, DonnaRaine.myshopify.com. What's up, everyone? My name is Candace Smith, and this is Pasco Connect. I'm excited for everyone being here today. Thank you so much for joining. We do have a lot to discuss today. There's been a lot that's happened this past week, and I'm so thankful that to have a few people that's on here that's ready to discuss some things that's been going on. So I do want to just jump right in and introduce the guest that's going to be speaking on this evening. First, I would like to thank the sponsors of Community Talk with Pasco Connect, CADSI, Citizens Against Discrimination and Social Injustice, President Bill Dumas, also Vice President Frank Roeder is on today. And they work very tirelessly in the community in Pasco County, working with different people, working with different organizations to bring justice to the people of Pasco County. And so I'm very thankful for them to be here today. Also on here is President of Pasco Young Revolutionaries, Marlo Jones, and he recently received a victory, in my opinion, a victory in Pasco County, and he's going to talk about that today as well. Joining us later will be Nina Love with Black Lives Matter Pasco, as well as Lawana Gelzer out of Orlando, Florida. So I'm excited to discuss some things tonight. Marlo, are you on? Are you on here now? Where you can speak? Okay, how are you this evening?
I am doing well. How are you doing today, Candace, and all the audiences across the world in the United States of America?
All right, we're doing good. So it's a lot of things that's been going on. I'm going to start on a national level and just have everyone speak on some things. We're going to do national, we're going to do state topics, and then we're going to talk locally and bring it home.
Yes, bring it home. Bring it home, Candace. Bring it home.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, it's an echo. They're saying it's an echo. Hold on one second. When who speak? Okay, Marlo, are you somewhere where you can hear the program?
No, let me put my headphones on. Hold on.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, America.
No problem. Okay, so it's a bad echo? Yeah. Okay, tell me if you still hear the echo. Marlo, can you test your mic?
Okay, what about now?
Okay, let's give it a second because there's a delay and we'll be able to tell in just a few seconds. Did you hear echo?
Hello? Candace, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you all. There's just an echo coming in.
Can you hear me, Bill? I can hear you, but I can't hear Candace. And my mic is not muted.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you all hear me now?
I can hear you. We can hear you, Bill. I like the China you got back there, buddy. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It is? I don't understand. Bill? Okay, one second. Let me test it myself. Is the echo from me now? Mute yours. Mute it all the way. Turn your stuff all the way down because we might be too close to each other. 1 second. I don't understand. So it's still an echo now, even with me talking? I don't understand. So it's still an echo now, even with me talking? No, I don't hear. I think it's fine. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. I apologize. Marlo, are you there? Did we lose you? Frank, can you hear me? And Bill, can you hear me?
I'm here.
All right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that's fine.
I can hear you, Bill. Okay.
He just mutes his phone because of the background, you know.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's fine. But there's been a lot that's happened this week. I see someone else is coming in. I'll let them in now. There's been a lot that happened this week. Let's start on a national level. They announced the verdict or the end of the Breonna Taylor's case, or an update basically in it. And there was one police officer that was charged, and he was basically charged
because of the apartments around him. If that's the understanding that I got. The apartments that were around Breonna Taylor's apartment bullets were shot through those apartments, and that's why that police officer was charged. And he was charged with wanton endangerment. Do I have that right?
Yes.
Okay. And so as a result, there's been a lot more protesting. And I think this is going to go into the state conversation, because I do find it very funny that right before this was announced, the state of Florida under Governor Ron Desantis announced, new legislature, new laws that are getting ready to be put into effect regarding protesting. And so I did find that very interesting that this all happened within the same week. Does anybody have any thoughts they want to share on that?
Yeah, I'd like to share something on that, Candace.
Okay.
Governor Ron DeSantis has a complete lack and disregard for human lives, especially for African Americans. For him and his administration to do what they did today, knowing that African Americans and Latinos are dying at a faster rate than anybody else from this virus, and for him to open up our country and pretty much say it's back to business, and not listen to the scientists, the doctors, and everybody who are experts in this field, shows his level of incompetency. And that's just another story. But as far as the new bill that he is going to try to push through the Republican-controlled Tallahassee legislators, that is something that we really should all be paying close attention to, because that is what we call Jim Crow legislation. That's exactly what it is. It's a legislation that's going to come and target protesters, people that look like me. They're just going to try to case everybody up with felonies, take your voting rights away. This is an attack on our amendment rights. Simple as that. And it's a possibility that it could become law, because look who controls the state legislator in Tallahassee. It's very Republican controlled, and it has been for a long time. So those are very concerning things. But the governor, when we all watched that press conference he had with the sheriffs and all that stuff, very, very reminiscent of a Ku Klux Klan meeting.
Right.
That's exactly what it was. Let's just call it for what it is. Let's be real. This is a Klan meeting where they're endorsing Donald Trump. They're trying to scare everybody like they did in the 90s when George Bush's father was almost about to lose. And they had to come out with trying to say that we're trying to clean up the streets and get these predators off the street, trying to scare the hell out of people, really, into voting for George Bush, as if he was going to be the law and order president. Same thing Donald Trump is doing. It's a tactic that these Dixiecrats and these crazy Republicans have been using for centuries. You know what I mean? So we just have to, as people, be very vigilant and continue to keep doing what we're doing, because they don't want us to keep fighting for our rights. They want us to sit down. They want us to die from COVID-19, and that's the truth. Okay, I rest my case.
Okay, so anybody else have any comments they want to add to that?
I kind of just came in, but y'all was talking about Breonna Taylor and just everything that DeSantis is trying to pass.
Yes, we are. Welcome, Nina Love with Black Lives Matter Pasco. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing good. So I know you came out today. You were out there doing the Breonna Taylor demonstration. Did you all alter anything considering what Governor Ron DeSantis has, declared or whatever? Are you all slowing down on protesting?
No, my thing is too, like I try to tell people, let's see what happens. I'm kind of hoping that it don't pass. I'm kind of hoping that, I'm still positive that it won't pass, because that's going against, everything that thing says is going against freedom of speech, going against everything that America is supposed to stand for. So I'm hoping that it doesn't pass, but as we know, it might. Just the fact that we are in a red state and everything else. But for the most part, if that does go through, we definitely are going to think about things and reevaluate what we're doing. Are we going to stop? Not necessarily, but maybe we're going to, just do things differently in that aspect. And when it comes to what happened with Breonna Taylor, it's just, I get the question a lot, like, what does Pasco have to do with what happened to Breonna Taylor? And I mean, it has everything to do with it. I could be Breonna Taylor, Kansas can be Breonna Taylor, So the fact that her murder has just gone off like nothing is scary, and everybody should be scared right now, knowing that in 2020, someone can be shot and killed in their home and not get justice.
Right. You're absolutely right. That's exactly how I feel. I definitely worry about just how serious her life has not been taken to the people that's supposed to protect us, the people that make the laws, or execute the laws. They don't seem to take her life as serious as they would other people. And we're in a country where all people are created equal. So that is a scary thing. Yeah, that is very scary for me as well. And I feel like that's why we've gotten the reactions, from people there in Kentucky and all over the United States. I feel like that's definitely why the reaction is the way it is, because everybody with the black and brown sister, mother, daughter, is like, that could have easily been them. And so I'm glad that you did that today. How was the turnout and how was the reaction from everybody out there?
Honestly, you know how it is. Our protests get pretty crazy, a lot of counter protests. Today were pretty good, honestly. We definitely, geared a lot, like, our speeches and our chants to be just about Breonna Taylor, because I want people to know, like, yeah, we might not be in the same state as Breonna Taylor, but everyone everywhere has got to stand up. So, people know, like, it's not okay. Like, Pasco County is going to know if this happens in Pasco, we're not going to stand for it. We're not going to be okay with it. So with that said, it honestly went really good compared to, we did have one guy from a hate church come out and do his whole little hateful thing, spewing all that or whatever. But, we kind of did engage and we did our thing. One of the police actually gave him a warning. So the first warning for the other side, that's always
okay.
But
right. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm very glad for that. Moving forward, as we're going into October, what's on the horizon for Black Lives Matter Pasco?
Well, as you know, we're starting to kind of sit with city council and talk some things out. Honestly, I was just speaking with a couple people about sitting down and reevaluating a lot of things. And kind of just taking some, because Pasco is different from a lot of places, especially when it comes to like the funding and certain things we need here. So honestly, we're definitely going to keep moving in the direction that we're going, and we're going to keep trying to speak with city council and make changes and things. But I think we're definitely going to kind of like reevaluate everything that's been going on and what we can do and what we can, basically what we can focus on and get done, because I think that we have a lot that we want to do. And I just don't know if with everything we want to do, if it's kind of like, possible right now. So I really want to sit down with the group and focus on the things we really need to get done and get them done. Because we have a lot we want to do, but I'm starting to realize there's so much,
right.
We got to kind of just sit down and focus on certain things. Like for me, I want to see, I want to see police be police. I want to see the oversight board, I want to see somewhere where locally we can report hate crimes, of course we know the body cams. Also, for me, my main thing, we haven't got there, but I feel like every police department, every police officer should have a full and total investigation for any links to any white nationalist groups, any hate groups, any Ku Klux groups. So the FBI report came out years ago stating, watch out, these people are infiltrating. So I think that we really, not just Pasco, but everywhere has really got to investigate these things to make sure we're getting these racist police out of the police department, because they are there. Like our chat was today, the what is it? The Klan and the cops go hand in hand. So we need to get them out of there.
Right. I agree with you, and I definitely know that they recognize that. I feel like the standards for becoming a police officer should be re-examined, on all levels, even when it comes to education, when it comes to testing for mental health, when it comes to looking into the background of that person, and like you said, seeing if they're attached to any hate groups and things like that. That's a really good thing that we should push. And a lot of times people feel like doing certain things will not bring about results. However, I do, before Marlo goes off, Marlo, if you dare, do you want to talk about your experience at the last city council meeting and the results from that?
Yeah, so everybody knows by now, I'm sure the video has went super viral, but I was asked to lead the last city council meeting. I was also asked to be escorted off the premises by the mayor, which was pretty sad on his part, because it's a public meeting. I have a right to be there just like everybody else. Why would you kick me out of the meeting just because I went over my 3-minute allotted time to speak? But I'm sure everybody knows by now that you can go and view these city hall meetings publicly, and you can see that there are many times where other people go over their 3 minutes that they are allotted, and you don't get treated the way Marlo Jones got treated. There was a time before that when I went to a city council meeting where the cops would not let me in. They said, "We don't have anybody here from the fire department to check your temperature, so we can't let you in." I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "This is a public meeting and I need to be here." Well, we're going to have to wait for someone from the fire department comes over. So this is the type of stuff that I've been dealing with from the city of Newport Richey. But I went to the city council meeting for 2 reasons: to update the public and to give to the city council information regarding some corruption within the Newport Richey Police Department. And by now, I believe we all know about this corruption and like what it entails. So the first thing that I had presented to the city council was information regarding a former Newport Richey police officer who was giving information on our whereabouts to a white militia man who was pretty much like a little neo-Nazi running around Pasco County. So that was very alarming, that a police officer would be on Facebook telling this man where we're going to be, what time, what type of march we're doing. And he says on the Facebook post, which everybody's read by now, is, this is per my department's intel. When we're out there and we're always talking about security, which is of the utmost concern, we started noticing the Proud Boys and these hate groups. They would always come at the same time as the police, or they would come right after the police. It's like somebody was communicating with them. And now we know who. And it's alarming. So I exposed that to the city council because the chief of police feels that his 45-man crew or 45 men and women crew of officers are all great. Well, we had to explain to them that that's not true. I also presented information on an officer who is still working within the Newport Richey Police Department, who photos were leaked online on Facebook of her posing on a boat behind a Confederate flag. And that's, if you know what the Confederate flag is, then we should know why that's alarming, that a police officer who we should be upholding with high integrity is posing behind this flag on a boat. Patrolling our streets where we have black and brown people on our streets, posing behind that flag. What do I think of? What do I think of when I see that flag? I see hate. I see oppression. I think about all the things my ancestors went through. Because people that flew that flag or loved that flag wanted my people to be in chains. And then there's a police officer posing, smiling behind this picture. That's not okay.
It's not.
And there's other corrupt things that have gone on and hiring practices that I don't agree with within the Newport Richey Police Department. But our friends from St. Pete Cop Watch, who they're outing all these corrupt, crooked cops, they sent this information to Chief Boulevard and to his entire command staff. And they have not even replied back to the people at St. Pete Cop Watch that have, given them this information on their own officers. They're acting as if it's not even that officer. And we all know it's that female officer. So that's what I went to city council. I felt like it was time for the public to know this. it was time for the mayor and the city council to all know, because they're always talking about Black Lives Matter. We ratchet this up, we ratchet that up. Well, it looks like the police department is the one ratcheting things up. So I just wanted to present that to the people, because the people have a right to know. And that's why they kicked me out of that meeting, because I was exposing them.
Okay.
Can I say something about what you said though on that? Didn't the chief say that there's nothing they could do about it because that was like her personal profile or whatever it was? Like, I mean, they can't. There's nothing they can do because she's allowed to post.
So the deputy,
profile, right?
so the deputy lieutenant said something to one of our colleagues that had a meeting with him, in the sense of, like, well, how do we know what she was doing? Or like, well, it's just a picture, or just literally sticking up for this woman who's posing behind a hate symbol. You can't even fly at the NASCAR games. The United States military has banned all bases and Army facilities. I mean, you have a police officer that's posing behind this. I mean, I don't care if it's her boat, her friend's boat, whatever. It's just wrong.
Right.
And that's why I'm bringing that up to what I was saying before about having full investigations on police departments that are linked to any of these kind of things. Like, if someone is serving and protecting our community, the things that they're doing on their personal time and what they're about is important. Because if there's someone that, you know what I'm saying, is attached to some white nationalist or some hate group, and they don't like Black people, they shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, they shouldn't be proposed. Like, that's why I think that's funny that they try to say it's kind of irrelevant because it's your own personal, you know what I'm saying, thing.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. I feel like, I remember sitting in one of the board members, the city council meetings, and one of the board members was speaking about his past and how he, generations ago, some of his family was a part of the Holocaust. And I know that symbolism would offend him if people went around, kind of like rocking those symbolisms from that time. That would not be okay. And people would really call for that to stop. But when it comes to Black people saying this offends, this isn't right, it's kind of like pushed to the side as, oh, it's no big deal, this is our roots, this is our heritage, get over it type of attitude. So I agree.
Too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely some double standards when it comes to that. I do have the video, so I want to play that for people. I want to play that really quick, and then we'll come back and hear from CADSI. So I'll be right back. I'm going to play that video from the city council meeting of the police escorting them out. 1 second.
Officer, Ms. Dennison,
would you have Mr.
posing
Johnson
with a Confederate flag, patrolling our streets, posing with a Confederate flag. That's not right, City Council. I'm walking away. I'm going. I mean, the public should know. The public should know about this, Mr. Mayor. The public has a right to know.
Please have this man escorted off the property.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody. God bless America. This is how you treat people for trying to tell the truth? Give me a break.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Tyler?
Okay, so that was the last city council meeting in Newport Richey, and that was where Marlo Jones went up to, call out that officer that, gave the location or gave some information via social media where a Black Lives Matter protest would be, and insinuated some threats and insinuated that, he would cause harm to people that were out there protesting in a way he didn't agree with. So as a result, I think that officer was fired. Yeah, so he was fired. And so I do honestly feel like when we bring things forward in that way, there will be some repercussions. It's up to us to, do that or whatever. So thank you, Marlo, for going up there, being brave, and showing them that, because obviously it made a difference. It got the attention of people and they brought it forward. And even though they didn't respond in the way that maybe we wanted them to, maybe saying something, they did respond, and that person was fired, right?
Yeah. Well, we don't know 100%, but we do know an officer has been let go recently after that was revealed. Well, I'm pretty sure he was. I'm pretty sure he was, from what I understand, but I don't have 100% confirmation, but I'm pretty sure he has.
That's what I know, because I talked to somebody that was helping me with my for, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She confirmed it. That's why.
That he was fired?
Yeah.
No, what I'm concerned about, and I recently had a discussion with several people about it, is the lack of transparency.
Right.
And the chief has all authority to state to the public why this individual was fired, but to merely say that he no longer works for the Newport Richey Police Department is not enough.
I agree.
You need to come right out and say, this is what this individual did. And one of the things we have to be extremely concerned about, and that's this. We are concerned about Newport Richey hiring police officers who come from other departments with bad reps.
Right.
Now, we have to be concerned also about officers leaving Newport Richey and perhaps going to the sheriff's department or Day City with the same mentality. So my question is this: did they allow this officer to resign versus being fired, and so his record is fine, he can go to another agency? That's what I'm concerned about. That's why he needs to be transparent. We need to know under what circumstances what transpired here, and he needs to make those things public. And we need to give him a push to make sure he does. So on that, one of the things I've been thinking about very recently, and it's somewhat concerning Governor Desantis' legislation proposal. Now, part of that proposal says, if an individual is driving and he or she feels threatened, and they run over a protester, there's nothing that can be done to that person. Now, you got to remember, when they do these sort of things, and it's all over the media, they give people the impetus to start anyway. Hey, I'm going to be protected, and let me go out there and see if I can do it now.
Right.
So, all of that is saying this: DeSantis is putting the state into what he wants them to do, the Republicans. So I'm suggesting to Black Lives Matter, Pasco Young Revolutionaries, and I'm suggesting it's time for you guys to reach out, hands across the county, hold meetings and meet other organizations, bring them into the fold. It's that time. And I don't see it happening. I talk to people over here in Dade, and they say, well, we don't know what's going on over there. We hear and we see on the television every now and then, and on the radio, we hear what's going on, but we really don't know. So I'm asking you guys to sit, talk among yourselves, and say to yourselves, is it time to get involved with other groups, and not just to be an independent Black Lives Matter standing out there by yourself? Because I remember a woman used to tell me about 30 years ago when we was out protesting. And her name was Dakota Smith. She said, Mr. Dumas, we always need to have backup. You guys need backup too. You need support from everybody else. And so you need to reach out to other organizations, say, come to the table, let's talk, let's see how we can go forward with this. And I remember I just had a meeting with Ms. Gesser on a Zoom meeting. And I remember this man said, I don't remember his name was Gesser, and I apologize for that. But he said, and we need to start listening to the older people who's been out there and know the ropes, like Miss Gesser. She knows the ropes. That lady is extremely intelligent. Needs to start reaching out to her and to other people who have been out here. You need to do that. Bring them into the fold because we can all help each other. We're all in this together, and that's what I'm suggesting to you guys.
Okay. Well, speaking of Miss Gelzer, she is on here from Orlando, Florida. Lawana, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good this evening. I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
How you doing, girl?
I was able to get on one of your calls. I know you had a few calls this week. So I know a lot of people may not realize this, but there is a lot going on behind the scenes. There are a lot of calls happening on a state level, national level, and local level. Lawana Gelzer, like Bill said, has been in this for years. And so she does have a lot of wisdom and offer a lot of insight on what to do, especially with this threat, because that's how I see it. I see it as a threat, what, Governor Ron Desantis has put out there. He's basically giving people the right to hurt protesters and, kind of like it's okay for them not to be taken seriously. And so with that being said, how are you, advising people to proceed after that?
First of all, don't buy into his narrative. And his narrative is to instill fear. But like Mr. Dumas said, some of us have been here a while. I reached back to some of my friends that have been in the movement 50, 60 years that are still here. And it's not something new. It's not a new tactic. It's just new to the generation that's out there today. And so one of the calls that I was on, they talked about the fear of losing their job, their comfort zone. But it was 3 people that I knew that talked about, let's learn from what Dr. King did in the 60s. Let's learn from what everybody was doing. We was not just losing our job. We were being lynched. We were being killed. And when I tell people, in my lifetime, I've had family members that was killed by the KKK. People just look at me and go, what are you talking about? Oh, you had to be a kid. No. It was in the 80s. So for some apparent reason, we feel like this has not been their tactic. It's always been their tactic to devalue what we're saying, to demonize us, and to make people think that we don't know what's going on, or just to look the other way and to give them a pass. And the pass is that there is no proof there's been any violence. Any violence. And I said that on a call, I said, well, the governor is an attorney, so he knows this is a violation of our First Amendment. And it's going to be in the court system. But if you had been properly trained when you were protesting, these laws is to make you sit down and be quiet. Right. This act. And it's still fear. So I got people who are afraid already that they're going to do something to us immediately. Yes. So what he did is working. And you're right when Marlo said they went to Polk County, the KK capital of Florida. That's their headquarters. He knew exactly what he was doing. And so everybody's fearful, but this is where you find your inner strength. Because if they strip you of this, do you think it'll stop there? It's going to continue. So either you're going to have to make a decision, I'm fighting for the voiceless, and I'm fighting for myself. Because, I mean, it was a group out there yesterday. I didn't know all of them, but I went and I observed and I did surveillance. And they decided to walk a different route, and they were all in a predominantly Caucasian community. And it put a lot of the people on ease. They was blocking the streets, something I don't condone, and they went against traffic. But 98% of the group was Caucasian. And so that's what they wanted to do, and maybe that's all they wanted to do. 2 of them was arrested, they're out. They didn't do anything, but it gave them a reason to paint us as villains. And the reason why I did surveillance is because I didn't want them to think it's the group that we've been working together, our movement coalition, that was out there doing that. Because they would have used that CCC, we gave them a break, and look at them now how they acted. So when that one officer said something very derogatory to me, and I said, you don't speak to me in that tone, I'm professional. Then here come another officer, come by, hey, Miss LaWanda, how you doing? Fine. What's up today? Surveillance, just checking. Want to make sure I'm just seeing what they doing, but it's not the group I've been working with. But I'm still here to make sure the laws are upheld and they're treated equally and fairly. And I know the chief heard about that literally, because I followed them for another hour and a half in the car, not behind them because they were blocking our road, but I could tell the routes and I knew Orlando well enough that I saw the customer. I opened part of the side, my hazard lights on, and just watched from a distance. So that one officer had that ugly face the whole entire time. He had to drive by me so many times. But I don't be on the outside, I don't be on talking. But I need to say this, because Bill, you was on our call Thursday. And the young lady came on the call a bit late. We've had a lot of shootings here in Orlando. And they're gang-related shootings, they're retaliation. And the chief of police got out and they did a press conference, and here come all the ministers standing behind us. We gotta stop this black on black crime. And I said, look at these, I can't say the word, but you know it started with a C.
Right.
On TV, letting the chief demonize the entire African American community, calling us literally down. Now we're savages. We're all savages. We don't know how to behave. Crime is crime.
Right.
76% of all murders are committed by Caucasians.
Right.
The white people, killing white people. So why are you all of a sudden having this major press conference and saying we gotta stop with the guns, this is wrong, and and you're giving them a pass to not come in my community and treat us all as if we're criminals? Because that's what they want to do. But every time you hear about major school shootings or anything else where there's Caucasians involved, what do they say? Gun violence.
Gun issue. Yeah.
Or you don't hear about it. So we need to be mindful of all the tactics that are being used against our voice and against our freedom. And some people look like us that will do us wrong, like the Attorney General in Kentucky.
Right.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So why was anybody surprised?
Nobody was.
Nobody was.
So
Yeah.
people who were hurt might not know the history.
Right.
Or I don't think they were surprised. They just couldn't believe he would be so bold about it.
Right.
But if they're smart, that's the end of his career. Kentucky is not a red state. It's probably a blue state. When you wake up and realize Florida is not a red state, it's a purple state, but it's more Democrats in Florida than Republicans. But you forget them Dixiecrats that go to the other side. That's why if you take red and blue, the color wheel what they make purple. So the votes are there. The key factor is people that say they're Democrats or people that say they're with us, are they really saying that just to feel at ease to get your intel to know what's going on? But all in all, will this law affect them? Will any of them be out there protesting? No, it's not going to affect them. So they don't care.
Right.
So you need to ask yourself, what you going to do? Because I've been getting phone calls all week, and I was like, I'm going to keep going. Educate yourself about the bill, know when it's going to get passed. You have to make a wise decision. And if you need to talk to some other people, talk to some other people. I know people are afraid. Their livelihood. I understand. But my mom and my dad and my uncles and my family members, all the people I grew up learning from about history, the black farmers, how they lynched them, how their friends disappeared one day, they were playing and they weren't there the next day. They went through a whole lot more.
Mhm.
And they found the inner strength. So find the inner strength that in 2020, we are going back 60 to 70 years. In my, not my lifetime, within one administration. One administration of 4 years.
You know what?
That's what I need. I needed that to make up my mind. And that's what
I agree.
You remember that old slave saying, that old song? Y'all might know this. You might heard your grandparents sing it. Before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave. Okay, so you know we're gonna keep fighting. Governor DeSantis and his racist Jim Crow legislation ain't gonna stop us. It ain't gonna turn us around. It ain't gonna happen because you know what? Governor DeSantis probably ain't gonna get reelected because his big fat friends don't even like him either.
Can I just say something? Why do we forget our power as citizens?
That's what it is.
Office 1 year. 1 year. Did not California recall their governor?
Right.
It might seem like it's impossible, but if they know there's repercussions for their bad behavior, then do it.
Right.
Find the people who say, what the heck is this? You're an attorney. Okay, you've been in there a year. Just start talking about stuff. We're not even, we're going to take it. We're going to, no. I'm like, don't call me with that. Don't call me. I understand you're afraid and you're scared. Because now one thing on that disorderly act was the RICO liability. So all of these nonprofits who are professional organizers, they're the ones who are the most scared because their livelihood are professional organizers. See, we don't get paid to do what we're doing.
Right.
We do it because we can.
Right.
And I don't see them out on the front line doing nothing. Because all of a sudden they're comfortable. They're living. Telling me how I need to do something is in jeopardy because now their funders can be, it's in jeopardy because now they can go after their funding source if there's a violation by any of their members or staff members. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Wow.
All fronts. Mess with the money, scare you, worry about your job. If you work for the state, you can lose your job and take your voting right. Taxation without representation, you're going to be in jail 6 months, you ain't get a bail. So somebody you just shot somebody and get out of the way when I shoot. No.
My girl is scared. I'm like, Mom, like.
Well, Miss Luana, we need you to gather, give like an encouragement because I wasn't gonna lie, I was nervous too. I'm like, oh, they really trying to make sure to stop all of the protesting, and they're gonna do it by any means necessary. Like giving other people, just anybody, the rights to hurt someone is like, I don't know, and especially living in Florida, and like you say, in some counties, such as in Polk, and even in the county we live in, you know.
How they always had that right to stand your ground, they can shoot us, but to go into the store, they always had these rights. They just remind you what they can do to you.
Right.
That's all they did. I parked away from where the protesters were because I couldn't find a close enough parking space. Out by myself. What is our conversation? Security. What is our conversation now? We can't do everything on Facebook. We have to have other means of communication because Facebook is a privately owned business. Which means if he want to pull the plug because he's a mate with 45, have dinner at the White House, he can do it. Do you have an alternative? Do you know what you're going to do if you don't have Facebook to tell people you have?
No, you're right. I keep getting disabled. They trying to disable me again. I don't know why, but I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I was like, oh my.
You're targeted for real.
Facebook, the law enforcement, as a matter of policy, monitors these social medias. As a matter of policy. I saw one where they labored you guys. and model is arrest of 3. That's correct. Model is arrest. You are arrest of 3.
What's that?
That's the name the police have given you. Arrest of 3.
What is that?
That's your code name. Arrest of 3.
Can they call me cock-a-doodle?
Instead of saying Ron Jones, they say arrest of 3. What? This is what they're doing. You know, you guys, you gotta understand. These guys, the police department, state attorney's office, these guys are meeting every day discussing what and how they're gonna do things. They're out there just like you strategizing. So are they.
Like for real though, like what? But that's the training that you're working. That's why I'm not always on Facebook. All I post is what I want them to do. Do you know about WhatsApp? That's why I tell everybody to email me. That's why I tell people to call me. We have to have means of other communications to get our message out. We're too reliable on instant and easy. How did you get 200,000 plus people at the first march on Washington? They came with horses. They got the message out. How? So how do we not learn from them? Yes, it's easy to make a flyer and put it on Facebook and tag your friends, and then they tag others and they share everybody. It's easy. Now it's gone. How will you communicate?
You're right.
This is a battle.
Yeah.
I think give you the tools necessary.
Yeah, like you're right. Because when I think about all my connections and all like people that I talk to and how I like get the word out is through Facebook. Like I honestly don't know how I would organize like what.
Don't you have their email addresses? Don't you have their phone numbers?
No, email like that.
I'll tell you how we did it at one point. How we communicated when we don't want everybody to know what was going on. We shared phone numbers.
Phone numbers.
When it's time to send a message out, 10 people call 10 people, and 10 people call 10 people, and the word to get out, the authorities don't know what you're doing. They have no clue. For example, if you decided to have a march at a different location, don't put it on Facebook and keep them guessing about what you're doing. And then you won't have to worry about this guy giving intel about what you're doing. Share your phone numbers. You say, I contact these 10 people, they have phone numbers, they contact this 10 people and say, this is what we're doing. But and you still gotta be cautious. Look at the people who are running around with you. Because you will be surprised, or may not be surprised, when you find one of them works for the sheriff department, and you say, well, he's not a cop because I never seen him in Newport Richie, but he's from the sheriff department, or from Dade City, and he's one of your best guys out there. He's one of the loudest guys, or the girl, the loudest people. So you gotta try and weed those people out. No more about them.
What can I say this? Kansas, you need to, if you once you identify who they are, make sure even with the Black Panthers, different groups, they knew they had infiltrators. Give them wrong information.
Right.
But if you are not aware of that, that is from experience and training.
Yeah.
So I know it's a bribery. But I know I get trolls. I have trolls all the time sending me friend requests. I need to get the 5,000. No. I'm going to look and research before I say yes. And if you share something or put something provocative on my page, I defriend you. I don't want you doing it. I don't know you that well anyway. So we have to be mindful that people are looking for us and they will follow us. If you are a gun leader and put yourself out there, you have to be mindful of your surroundings. And it's always a learning. I'm still learning.
Because you have somebody in your closest inner circle. And and you gotta be cautious. This one thing the one mentioned to me one time, and I know she's absolutely right. You'll be surprised that sometimes your inner circle, someone you've known for a long time, and you have a meeting, that person goes home and pick up the phone. And you figure this is one of my closest people. So you got to be cautious of and get to know the people that you're dealing with. Because it happens, and this is real. This is real. I mean, you can lose your liberty and you can lose your life. So this whole thing is very real because they're scheming against you. Every day, I'm sure, they're having meetings, and not only Newport Richie having a meeting with each other, they're having a meeting with other law enforcement officers, and with the state, and with the prosecutors, talking about what's going on in Newport Richie. So that leads to this again. And I'm going to hold Nina and Marlo, I'm going to hold this to you. I'm going to hold you on this. You need to call a meeting and invite other organizations and other people in. You don't have to do it by yourself. And you'll be surprised if you have a meeting, somebody that you might have known or didn't know may say, hey, let's do this, or maybe be cautious doing that. You don't know if they're not at the table with you. There are people that I know in Pasco County that came from up north, and they've been in the movement for a long time. But they said, well, there's no door open, so we sit home. So you need to have a meeting, invite those people in, call them to the table, guys. Call them to the table, and you don't have to do it alone.
But also, Bill, tell them to be aware, someone's going to come to the table to redirect.
Absolutely.
So you have to know what 3 or 4 things you can do together, and you're not going to agree. Because but that's the call I got today. Oh, Luana, we're doing voter registration, and you have folks with young people. You can get them out and register to vote. And this person is a journalist that writes and several African American papers all over the state. I turned the table. So why are you calling me? Well, we just know you can do this, da-da-da-da-da. But you already came up with a plan. But now you can't do the plan. You can't complete it because you don't have the resources or the know-how. So now you're calling me to help you. But you couldn't call me prior to you making a decision. I said, y'all keep doing the same old stuff. You losing these races. Bill Nelson lost. Gil lost. Hillary lost. And all this money coming to Florida. You win Florida, you literally go win. If the Democrats win Florida, they win the presidency. And you're doing the same old thing. So tell me why I should bail you out. Because I didn't ever see you at any of the events. I'm too afraid to do this. Okay, you too afraid, but you want me to put myself online to help you. And you too afraid, but you gonna call me because you can't get nothing done. Oh, wait a minute, aren't you a journalist? Have you ever written about any of the things our groups have been doing? No. I said, you even insulted me when I ran for public office and whooped the pants and the debate on the current commissioner. You said, well, Luana, the people like him and Buddy like him, the man that does us wrong, but won't you go work for him and teach him everything you know? I said, do you remember when you said that to me? That was the biggest insult. You go your dang on home. I'm not dumping you because you don't respect me and the people that I know. And he was like, I can't believe you saying these things to me. That's your problem, right? I shouldn't have to say it to you in the first place, right? But you did. You don't want to see no fault in what you've done. Then he had somebody else call me. Well, I don't want to book out of this. But you have to get what you need me for. Right. I'm not saying, no, I'm telling you what you're doing isn't a waste of my energy and time. I'm not going out to register nobody to vote. Why? We got enough people already registered. Why are they not going to the polls to vote? Right. because you're not talking about the issues that are affecting them right now.
Right.
And so it's you. It's Biden, it's his team, it's the most important election in the world. We gotta do something. Then why are you doing the same old thing? Bluebird, you spent $100 million here. Did any of your organizations get a phone call? To put boots on the ground. So all I'm saying, I used to. I don't need the money, but we had a pandemic, right? People out of work.
Right.
If you get somebody $15 an hour to reach 10 people, to get people to the poll, to make sure that you keep calling them, that money go a lot farther than all these other commercials.
Yeah.
And everybody else making good money. So that's what everybody understands. When there's a crisis, I'm an econ major. When there's an economic problem, what happens is the richer get richer and the poor get poor. The income divide is greater. So the top echelon get more wealthy. And then we all down here struggling, trying to make it. And then you got a few thinking, well, I'm gonna get paid $20,000, I'm gonna get $30,000, and they jump in there for joy, but they don't realize the person that just gave you that got $2 million. And I know that's not the topic, but it is the topic.
It is.
Because we're getting attacked even within our own groups, even within the people. And you gotta recognize, so before I start helping people that's not stood up for no police reform, no budget, haven't said one thing about this. Hey, this is orderly. Now, have you heard the minister say anything? No. Oh, we gotta talk about the Supreme Court. That's safe. That's safe. But you got your parishioners, you got your people that you say, your flock that you want to lead, going, what are we supposed to do? And you ain't doing nothing.
Right.
So not beating up nobody, but we just have to be mindful to see if you gonna be in this movement, what hiccups, what door slams in your face, and where you need to go, because it's gonna be a whole lot of people redirecting and wasting your energy and time. And I'm not saying that it's not wrong. I'm just saying I'm over 50 and I ain't got time for it no more. So I'll just tell you, y'all have a great old day. Call the phone. I'll be nice to you. And the answer is no. Unless you're willing to change, 45 go in again. And you don't have to. It's 100,000 votes. You can do that real quick. You can do it. But if you don't want to, hey, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, this has been great. This is like the conversation I really wanted to have, to get beyond and get deep into what's really happening. Because I think, we look at stuff nationally, we look at it on the state level, but when you really just look down and go county by county, you do kind of see what the issues are, and you kind of see where, within the community, how there's just this divide and people that just don't do anything. They don't act. They don't, talk about things. They're uninformed themselves. They're just living their singular lives, not realizing that each of us affect each other. So me not saying nothing, me not voting affects you. It affects everybody. And then county by county, we affect each other. So you are absolutely right. Thank you for that wisdom, Miss LaWanna. I know she's shaking her head no, but she's gonna be doing a lot more with us.
Marlon and I had a conversation because Ms. Gilson just mentioned voting, etc. And we had a conversation several weeks ago, and we don't have that long. But when you have your folks come out to do a march, find out from them who's not registered to vote. You got to tap the audience, so to speak. Get them registered. Get them, they're out there, and if they're serious about making change, you'll get them to not only register, but you'll get them there. They'll be happy to vote. Put them together. March to the poll. Let people know we're going to march to the poll. Then you give other people incentive to do the same thing. So this is something you guys should, and like I said, you don't have very long. I think you may have, I don't know, how much longer, Ms. Gilson? Maybe another week?
Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe another week. Okay, so you gotta,
It's still people already registered.
Yeah, it
It
is.
takes 2 to 3 times to reach somebody. So the voters are there. The point is, your message is not
your message
resonating with those individuals.
yeah, get the message out. You know, what you can do when you're having your marches, take 5-10 minutes and encourage people to get out and vote. And they'll hear you because they're hearing so much about Black Lives Matter movement. And then, you know, your reporters will say, wait, they'll step back and say, did you hear that? And the next thing you know, it's in the news. And people are reading that Black Lives Matter is encouraging people to go out and vote. These are things you can do as well.
Amen. Well,
I know it's time to go.
yes, we're 8 minutes over, but that's fine. This has been good. This has been really good information. I definitely am gonna push this video out because, you know, a lot of people unfortunately just don't know what to do, so they wait for, you know, the leaders. They wait to hear what you all are saying and what you all are thinking, and we do have to educate people so that they don't wait on us, you know, and that they know how to act and know how to move forward. So thank you once again. I know that you guys are super busy and been on a lot of Zoom meetings and all of these types of things. So I appreciate you coming on Pasco Connect to share with us, you know, what's going on. Bill, Frank, did you all have anything else you wanted to share?
Just that. I'm waiting to hear from the principals and Black Lives Matter. I'm waiting to hear them saying the door is open. We're in this together. Come on down.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Miss LaWanda. You have anything you wanted to say?
Stay vigilant, be strong, be mindful of your surroundings. And I would never tell people not to vote. But make sure they recognize that you are the key. And they don't put their agenda on you. So we always tell people to vote and go to city council meetings. So we're talking about civic engagement. So I tell everybody, it's not too late. Wake up, get involved, do something.
Okay.
And you guys got, I've seen you out there with 100-200 people. Imagine this, just imagine this. If before you had one of your marches, you gave out a phone number and say to folks, if you can't go out and vote, call us. We'll get you there. You guys have the platform to do that.
Right. Okay. Nina, thank you once again with Black Lives Matter Pasco, out there every day. Well, not every day, but every week, and you were out there today in honor of Breonna Taylor. So thank you for everything that you do.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Yes, I know it ain't hard. We had a photo shoot yesterday, and then even in that little short span of time, they managed to draw attention and be targeted. You know, so it is very serious and just a weird energy, you know, even being in that area and having that all around. So, you know, thank you for the sacrifice that you do. Marlo Jones with Pasco Young Revolutionary. Oh, Frank, you got your hand up? We can't hear you. You're muted on your end.
Hey.
That's my.
Somebody tell Frank to unmute his mic.
Yes, I'm muted because
I'm muted. I think you might need to turn the sound on.
Oh, turn your volume up. Oh, okay. I guess he couldn't figure it out. That's all right. Marlo, did you have anything you wanted to say?
I just want to say thank everybody on the call and everybody that's out there that's been doing something, you know, because there's so many people that just, they talk about it, but they don't be about it, you know, like, I just want to thank everybody that's out there, whether they're in the front lines, whether they're in the communication department, whether they're in the security forces, the medics, whether there are people sitting at home, you know, that maybe can't come out and protest, but they're doing their darndest to make sure that they're promoting and they're getting we have. Look, even though we're making small ripples in the pond, but those small ripples are going to reverberate to tidal waves eventually. So, we just got to stay focused on the task and let's get it done by any means necessary.
Yes, I totally agree. All right. Well, thank you all for joining once again. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in 2 weeks, but I know I'll be talking to you before then. But thank you so much for joining.
Okay, everybody be blessed.
All right. You too. Peace.